Grade 11, Unit 6, Lymphatic System. The cells are surrounded by tissue fluid where blood protein and blood cells are absent. Now these are the cells. When you consider these are cells, body cells. So these cells are surrounded by a fluid. These are the fluid. The cells are surrounded by a fluid that is known as tissue fluid. The fluid that is cells are surrounded by a tissue fluid. So the difference between tissue fluid and the blood plasma, the blood cells and blood proteins are absent here. Blood cells means WBC, RBC and platelets, and the blood proteins fibrinogen, globulin, albumin. So those are the blood proteins. So the blood proteins and blood cells are absent here when you compare to blood plasma. And here the artery bringing oxygenated blood from the heart, and it is divided as blood capillaries. So when after that it combines as vein and the blood taken towards heart, that we already studied. So when the blood flow through, oxygenated blood flow through these blood capillaries, oxygen and nutrients diffuse through this blood capillary wall to tissue fluid. First it diffused to the tissue fluid and then to cells. First it diffused to the tissue fluid and then to the cells. The same way the carbon dioxide which are produced by the cells and the waste materials, first it diffused to the tissue fluid and then to blood through these blood capillaries. Therefore, the tissue fluid actually helping for the exchange of materials between blood and the cells. Exchange materials between blood and the cells. So this is the tissue fluid. So now you can notice there are tiny vessels inside the tissue fluid. So this is spread all over the body. So these vessels we call lymph vessels. So the lymph vessels, actually the free end is open. This end is open end. So the lymph vessels are spreaded inside the tissue fluid, into the tissue fluid that is all over the body. So when the tissue fluid becomes excess, the excess tissue fluid will enter into the lymph vessels. Excess tissue fluid enters into the lymph vessels. So the lymph vessels, that is due to muscle contraction, the legs or hands, due to the muscles contraction, to that force, the lymph is pushed through these lymph vessels towards heart. So when the tissue fluid, after entering inside the lymph vessels, the fluid is called lymph. So inside these lymph vessels, the fluid is lymph. The tissue fluid, excess tissue fluid enter inside the lymph vessels. So that is named as lymph. So the lymph is pushed towards hearts due to the contraction of muscles. So here, throughout these lymph vessels, there are valves like veins. Earlier I told you, throughout this vein, the valves are present because it is carrying deoxygenated blood, prevent that blood flows backward to the organs. The same way, to prevent the lymph flow opposite direction, there are valves throughout these lymph vessels. So next one, the lymphatic system is connected to lacteals in the intestine. Earlier in digestive system we studied the microvilli, inside the microvilli which are present in intestine. So the digested food, amino acids and glucose are absorbed by blood capillaries in the microvilli. Fatty acid and glycerol are absorbed by lacteals, and that is connected to lymphatic system. So now what happened, the lymph vessels are combined together, forming two large lymph vessels. The all tiny lymph vessels are combined together, forming large two lymph vessels. So that is called thoracic duct and right lymphatic duct. The thoracic duct connected to left subclavian vein. You know about the subclavian vein carries blood from hands. So there are right and left subclavian veins. So the thoracic, all lymph vessels are combined and forming two large lymph vessels, that is thoracic duct and right lymphatic duct. Thoracic duct connected to left subclavian vein, and the right lymphatic duct connected to right subclavian vein. Then the lymph, excess tissue fluid, that is lymph, flow into the blood circulatory system. Then the functions of lymphatic system. First, transports fatty acid and glycerol. I told you, after digestion of lipids that have become fatty acid and glycerol, so that are absorbed by lacteals in the microvilli and taken to lymphatic system. Removal of excess fluid in the body. When excess tissue fluid accumulated in the cells, the excess fluid that is sent through the lymph vessels, otherwise the organ swell. Then destruction of infectious organism. So the lymphatic system has in some places the lymph nodes. So that is in the what you call lower part of the ears and the armpits, like that. So the lymph nodes are present. So when you get any infections, that is microorganisms entered into our body, the lymph nodes produce lymphocytes. You know, the lymphocytes are a type of WBC, white blood cells, and the lymphocytes destroy the macroorganism by phagocytosis. You know, phagocytosis means they engulf the microorganisms and give relief from the disease. Then lymph nodes become more active. At that time the lymph nodes become more active and it swell. So these are the functions of lymphatic system. Next, diseases associated with blood circulatory system. Some diseases. Atherosclerosis, that is, you know, the cholesterol is produced by liver. The liver only producing cholesterol. That cholesterol combined with proteins, that blood proteins, and forming lipoprotein. The cholesterol combined with proteins form lipoproteins. There are two types, low density lipoprotein and the high density lipoprotein. So here you have to make a change. This is LDL. You have to change in the notes. The low density lipoproteins are very dangerous. So the low density lipoproteins deposits in coronary artery or other arteries. You know, when it deposit the inner part of the arteries, inner wall of the arteries, it reduce the size of lumen. That means reduce the diameter of the vessel. So this condition called atherosclerosis. So you know, the poor blood supply occurs through that arteries. This condition occurs in coronary artery. You know, coronary artery supplies blood to the heart muscles for the heart function. Cause angina. Angina means chest pain, and after that heart failure. When the coronary artery gets blocked by cholesterol, so what happens? It makes heart failure. That means heart attack. Then hypertension, high blood pressure, due to deposition of cholesterol. Here the cholesterol deposit inside arteries the same way earlier I told you here. And reduction of elasticity. You know, the artery walls have more elasticity to withstand pressure. If it reduce the elasticity of the artery, those are the reasons for hypertension, high blood pressure, deposition of cholesterol, and the reduction of elasticity of the artery wall. The size of the lumen reduces, same way the diameter reduces. The heart has to exert more pressure to supply blood to the particular organ. So what happened? So that makes hypertension. The blood flows through these arteries with a high pressure. You know, the high blood pressure, the maximum pressure should be exerted in our body is 120 millimeter mercury. Hypotension, that is low blood pressure, this occurs due to nutrition deficiencies. Then thrombosis. Thrombosis is when the blood supply to a certain organ affected due to blood clot inside the blood vessel. That is the thrombosis. Blood clots inside the blood vessels. So here, if blood supply to the brain affected, if artery which supplies blood to the brain has some blood clots, it causes paralysis. That means the brain become dead. If blood clot in coronary artery, that is supplying blood to heart muscles, it is called coronary thrombosis. It occurs heart attack. So these are the some common diseases what we get in the blood circulatory system. So preventive measures: avoid alcohol and smoking, reduce saturated fatty food and salt consumption. Now when we are getting older, we have to reduce the fatty foods and salt. Reduce body weight, correct body weight we have to maintain. Regular physical exercise, walking or something. Peaceful mental status without mental stress. So these will prevent the heart and blood circulatory diseases.